So I've just finished up with the horses, and I've been reflecting on something that someone asked me today. I was asked today, what's trauma? So trauma is what happens to you after a traumatic event has occurred, and it's how changes have taken effect inside of yourself to accommodate the power of the trauma and the impact of the trauma. So on your internal systems, what I'm meaning is your emotions, is your cognitions, is your brain, and is your spiritual sense of self. So the way you think about yourself and the way you think about the world, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to the world, your emotions are changed, so they're impacted in a way where your emotions can become so overwhelming that you're unable to cope with them. And emotions are different to feelings. Emotions are a physical, felt sense. So essentially, the trauma and the impact of the emotions at the time have imprinted within you. So trauma is an all-encompassing experience that goes on. It doesn't just end when the experience ends. It doesn't just end when the shock ends. It carries on. And it carries on until it's processed. So essentially, the magnitude of trauma, and it doesn't just sit with you, it sits with your children, it sits with your family, it sits within the community, and on a social level it sits within your workplace. So it's a very inclusive experience because it affects everybody around you. So that's what trauma is in a nutshell. However, every system I've discussed, like emotions, mind, body, spirit, has a whole network of systems. So the brain covers all of them, holds all of them together, and the brain has actual structural changes following traumatic events or multiple events, ongoing trauma. So trauma in a nutshell is what happens to you on the inside after trauma and after the event.